What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning into the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over the social sphere at GBP Daily. Shoot me a follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Hit me up in the DMs. I am always available to talk Packers anytime, any day. It is Thursday, October 23rd. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you for hopping on. As always, we've got a fun little group here starting to round itself off as far as if it is your first time, welcome. On this show, we don't get too crazy into things like X's and O's. We don't get too wild into how contracts work because, frankly, I am not the biggest expert in either of those areas. I am, though, like all of you, a Packers fanatic who loves talking about our team, right? Anything and everything. Just talking some ball and talking about our squad. That's all it boils down to. So thank you if it is your first time joining. Hope you like it, and maybe hope you join more often. I'm live every single day, just about. So the Packers hit the practice field today, and the big name that we've been keeping an eye on, at least myself, is Brandon McManus. To no really good reason, because we've got a good backup in Lucas Haversick, right? Brandon McManus was practicing today, had a little kicking workout, and tomorrow they are going to see how his leg feels. And after today's little workout that he had with kicking, to determine whether he's going to go or not on Sunday night. So if it all went well, if he feels good tomorrow, if the leg feels good, like Brandon said himself, expect to see him back out on the field Sunday night. Brings me to a question, what are you going to do with Lucas Haversick? And I know some folks are saying, hey, he went 5 for 5 2 weeks ago. He hit the 61-yarder, which was a franchise record last week before the half. Do we try to keep them both? I don't think so. Unfortunately, when Brandon is back, I think Lucas Haversick's time with the Packers will unfortunately come to an end, but he has done so good in Brandon's absence. So Devontae Wyatt was again practicing today. So a guy that Jeff Hafley called one of the best interior D linemen in the entire league before he went down with the injury. So that is great news that he is back and looking likely that he'll be playing on Sunday night. So we will welcome him back with open arms. Our run defense is still done pretty well. But nevertheless, Devontae Wyatt being back is a good thing. Lucas Van Ness and Dontavian Wicks did not practice today. Wicks is expected to miss Sunday night's game with his calf injury. So wide receiver room looking a little thin. We'll be rolling out Romeo Doubs, Matthew Golden, and Malik Heath behind him. We'll see how those guys do. I think hopefully Matthew Golden will get in the end zone for the first time in his professional career, hopefully. It's kind of surprising through 6 games that he has not reached the end zone once yet. So hopefully on Sunday that changes. So, all right, a little sponsor time here. If you're planning on going to a Packers game this year, maybe you're planning a trip to Lambeau later on this year. Maybe you're planning to go to the Steelers game this weekend and you have yet to get tickets. Do not. In fact, if you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, which you won't, because I have tracked and logged every game to prove this fact for 2 years now that TickPick has the cheapest tickets on the market. They will guarantee you, or they will refund you 110% of your money back. Same tickets as everybody else. StubHub, SeatGeek, Ticketmaster, Vivid Seats, Game Time, you name it. TickPick guarantees to have the cheapest Packers tickets on the market every single time. Use the code Packers22 for an extra $22 off the already cheapest tickets on the market. Shout out to TickPick. I appreciate them partnering up with myself. I use them for all the games I go to because, they are the cheapest tickets on the market. That's as simple as that. I love promoting them because who doesn't want to save money, right? And like I said, Packers22, use that code. You get an extra $22 off the already cheapest tickets on the market. Let's hop into the comments section here, shall we? And as always, if you want to be a part of the show, give me a call on the Nicolet Law hotline, 319 342. Family owned in experience. Nicolet Law's team of compassionate local attorneys are prepared to meet your unique legal challenges head on. They have just shy of 2,000 5-star reviews and have helped their clients recover over $350 million in the last 17 years that they have been in business. Injured? Get Nicolet. My man Rakeem is in the house. Appreciate you, brother. What's up, Rob? I never visited Green Bay, but my pops did when he was on the road as a truck driver. I'm looking forward to planning a trip eventually and most definitely seeing a Packers game. Rakeem, if you don't mind, drop where you're from just so I know kind of how far away you are. But it is everything as advertised. I've been blessed enough to go usually a few times each season. I typically go for OTAs. I hang out up there for about a week and then training camp for a week. Got to bring the kiddo to that. And then I usually hit up, at least one, maybe two games, depending on just kind of how the year shakes out. And yeah, Green Bay is everything as advertised. Lambeau Field is just, it's magical. It really is. And I remember my first time walking in there as like a young adult. I went as a kid when I was super young, but walking in I kind of had a hiatus during my childhood and late childhood when I never went. But as I got a little older, late high school, that's when I started going more often. And let me tell you, walking into Lambeau Field for the first time when you can really just soak it in is just a feeling unlike any other. You will experience it someday, and I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. So thank you, Rakeem. Appreciate you as always. Eli is in the house. Go Pack Go from Tennessee. Go Pack Go, Eli. Appreciate you chiming in. Steve, my man, is Christian Watson going to play? It's a good question, Steve. We shall see, right? We don't really know. Nothing has been said about it one way or the other. He has been practicing this week like he has been the past couple weeks, but we shall see on probably Sunday about 90 minutes before kickoff. So probably right around 5:50 Lambeau time. So appreciate you, Steve. Riley, any news on Christian Watson? Nothing new, Riley. As I just said, he is practicing, and I know the headline with him was being surfaced around saying that he is expecting to play this weekend. But the second part of that is he said that's been his mindset these past couple of weeks. So nothing is really different for this weekend. And if I had to guess, I bet the Packers hold him out and officially activate him on Monday, which is the last day of his 21-day window coming off the POP list. So give him the week. If they do that, they'll give him the week to ramp up a little bit and then probably see him in limited action at home against the Panthers. So a little better field conditions at Lambeau as opposed to out there in Pittsburgh. So Jordy Nelson tore his ACL out there on that turf 10 years ago, I think today, or not today, but this year, which is just crazy. Excuse me. So if I had to guess, I would bet that Christian Watson does not play and he gets activated on Monday, and then maybe we'll see him out there in a limited capacity next weekend against the Panthers. Thank you, Riley. Steve, repping from Hawaii. Go Pack Go. Wow, I am jealous, Steve. Never been to Hawaii, but I would love to someday go out there. So, Tracy, how are you feeling about the matchup? Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. Well, Tracy, you already know this, but they aren't going to be able to sit on the field at the same time. So the head-to-head hype that we see the media do often between quarterbacks isn't too valid, right? But overall, I am just so excited about the game itself. I've talked a little bit about on the shows this week about how, yes, I am concerned with some matchups here and there, but really I've kind of evolved into just starting to become just super excited about the game overall. And whatever happens, right? Thank you, Tracy. Jess, opinion on Nate Hobbs. Well, he's been cheeks so far this year. Missed the first couple of games with an injury, comes back and is absolute cheeks. So he has not been doing very well. I thought for a second I was seeing Eric Stokes out there in the 21 jersey. No shade to Eric Stokes, but yeah, he has not been playing very well this year. And Jeff Hafley did say in his presser today that Nate Hobbs is going to go out there this week and take a step forward. So We will continue to see some Nate Hobbs out there. Hopefully a little more Carrington Valentine. I would like that myself. But yeah, so far my opinion on Nate Hobbs is, at least up to this point, a complete miss in free agency. So Kevin King, yeah, let's not forget about Kevin King, right, Mike? St. Louis here. Love the addition of Parsons and the pass rush. What do you make of the secondary woes? It's a great question, Mike. Jeff Hafley said it today, and trust me, I haven't been too crazy, really, as far as criticism or optimism regarding the secondary. But Jeff Hafley did say today during his presser, which was news to me, I will admit, that the Packers defensive backs have given up the least amount of passing yards in the entire league, which is crazy. I would not have guessed that. I would have maybe guessed in the top half, but the least overall, that is surprising to me. I think it's more so the moments, right? And I was talking about this with a buddy of mine today about Matt LaFleur play calling. I think it's certain moments that really get amplified and then just kind of shade out the rest. But yeah, just those sideline catches against Marvin Harrison and Zay Jones, we were getting roasted on last week. Just certain moments for the secondary that they're just not really coming up positive. They're not getting interceptions, which is just so annoying. Just get a pick. Come on. We've been playing who? Joe Flacco, Jacoby Brissett, Dak Prescott, who throws the ball all over, Jared Goff and Jaden Daniels. We can't get one interception against them. Well, I guess Evan Williams got one against Goff, and Xavier McKinney did get one against Flacco at the end of the first half of that Browns game, but that was just an arm punt. So the big moments leave the perception that they're getting burned worse than they actually are. I could not have said it better myself, Mike. You should be sitting in this chair. But, yeah, I completely agree. The big moments leave the perception that, yeah, they are getting burned worse than they actually are. And, yeah, those amplified moments kind of shade out the rest, which, not that I'm saying they're doing great otherwise, but, yeah, I think it's those big moments that the secondary are having, that giving up big plays, not coming up with interceptions like we really want them to, kind of leaves a little tarnished thought when it comes to those guys. So hopefully this weekend's different, right? I don't think it's really going to be, but, Aaron over there on the other side throwing the ball around, a little bit worried about that, but we shall see. Nick, speaking of, think Aaron will have his way with our defense? Nick, unfortunately, yeah, I do think Aaron is going to be playing pretty well. I told my buddy today, I think he's going to tear us up on defense, honestly. All we've been doing all season is, forcing other teams into the quick passing game, shorter routes, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hand as soon as possible. Because, yeah, we've got guys like Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary coming after you, and they want to get the ball out. And then you got Xavier McKinney on the back end. They're doing everything but giving up big plays. So everything is just right in front of them. And meanwhile, as they march down the field, the Packers defense, the bend but not break style, right? Kind of reminds me of Joe Barry, unfortunately, but the bend but not break style, right? They're going to be chucking and, dinking and dunking down the field. And you hope that they will make a mistake, whether that's a turnover or a holding call that puts them in a big hole. But I think Aaron is, I don't think he's going to have any issue just kind of taking what's given to him, dinking and ducking down the field. And once we get in the red zone, that's when we've got to tighten up. And once Aaron and the Steelers get in the red zone, I mean, Aaron's, one of the best red zone quarterbacks of all time. So I am a little concerned about that matchup specifically. Going into even more depth, specifically the tight ends, Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper have not been the greatest in coverage, specifically Quay Walker. Now, Edgerrin Cooper did have that great play against Trey McBride last weekend against the Cardinals, but the over-the-middle short passing game is worrying me a little bit, especially with Aaron. He can put the ball anywhere. He'll put it in the perfect spot every single time. So we've either got to force him into a turnover, which he is the most efficient quarterback of all time, or we've got to put him on the ground, which hopefully our coverage can be decent enough to give Micah and Rashawn enough time to get back there. And I know Aaron has been running around looking pretty spry, but he is a little older. I don't know if he's got that step in him still, but we got to find a way to put him on the ground. We got to find a way to force some turnovers. And I think if we do that, we'll be seeing a lot better performance out of our defense. Goes without saying, right? Thank you, Nick, for hopping in. Appreciate you. Salvador, Rogers or Favre, who is the best? Saludos from Mexico. Appreciate you, Salvador. Excuse me. Favre or Rodgers? Give me Aaron Rodgers. I think that's a simple question. Some might say otherwise, but give me Aaron Rodgers, the guy with 4 MVPs, the records he has that most likely will never be broken, specifically with the touchdown to interception ratio. That'll probably never be broken. Brett has got him with touchdown passes, due to the longevity of his career. But give me Aaron. If I'm playing in the Super Bowl tomorrow and I got to choose Brett or Aaron to come in and play in their prime, give me Aaron Rodgers every day of the week, although I do love Brett Favre. So, thank you, Salvador. Great question to end it on. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me today. Thank you again for tuning in. Always, always, always love talking Packers with you guys. Hit me up on social media at GBP Daily. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Any sort of interaction helps myself and helps the page. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.